got us locked down. Let us out. Mona, let us out. Anyway, today's topic. Okay. Today's topic is, we are talking about, are you too busy for each other? You know how sometimes we get so busy with work, with the kids, with everything that life has in store for us. Sometimes we get too busy for each other. So today we're giving some tips of what can you do to maintain a loving relationship when it seems like everybody's just too busy to spend time together. So what do you think?
Well, you have to be a manager of all managers. We have been given time in life, and you have to find different things, different reasons to manage your time, because things are going to pull at you left and right and left, up and down and all of that. But you have to manage your time. And in a relationship, you have to manage time. Now, my wife is going to elaborate much more than I am, because I'm driving, and she has better thoughts than I have. Because if y'all want me to do it, we'll go on about 25, 35, about 45 minutes. So she going to summarize everything. Go on, baby, go on.
What was that? Anyway, so I was listening to this podcast, and this lady was like, oh, if your husband's too busy at work and he's working late hours, you need to find time, something to occupy your time, so that the day will go longer, won't seem as long, and before you know it, he'll be coming home. And I kind of agree with that and disagree at the same time. Like, if you're just sitting home and have nothing to do, and like, oh, he's just working, then of course the day's gonna seem long. You need to find something to be productive for yourself. Like, take a class, or do something. Go clean your house, or bake a cake, something.
Bake a cake.
You know, go find something new to cook, or like try something new. Find a hobby to occupy your time, so you're not just sitting there counting on time and texting him all the time and nagging him on, so why don't you come home? You're working too much. I need you home. Like, if you had your own personal something going on with you, instead of just sitting home waiting for this man to come home, then it won't be, you won't seem so needy, like you need.
You gotta have a hobby.
You gotta have something for yourself. You can't just be sitting there waiting for this man to come home. So I kind of agree and disagree.
And vice versa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If the woman is working long hours, if the man is just sitting, he needs to find something to do his time too.
Because men can nag women too.
Yeah, I'm glad you know that.
Yeah, but women do it more.
Whatever. Anyway, another thing is also that you have to kind of schedule time. You have to schedule time with each other, so that, yes, people have demanding jobs, that they may have to work a lot of hours and whatnot, but you have to kind of schedule that time into that, be like, okay, this once a month or every 2 weeks or whatever, this is going to be some time that we spend together. Like, you're not going to work late this evening, or this weekend there will be no work at home. You're just going to spend the weekend together, or just do a quick getaway, so you can kind of have some time together to maintain the relationship. So that's another idea, to schedule time together. Just like you would schedule a meeting, and you have to be at that meeting at a certain time. Schedule time together with your spouse so that you can maintain that relationship. Do you have anything to add?
Nah, you did a wonderful job. I just wish you would spend time, and stop talking to them and pay attention more to me. That's all. Just do a bit more.
Put you on a video.
I want your attention.
Whatever. See how you cause issues no reason? Anyway, also, you could always, like, even if you're busy, I know for us, when he's on the road for a long period of time, We try to talk on the phone every day, or he'll just send me a text in the morning while I'm going to work to say I love you, I miss you, have a good morning. Even something just as simple as that. If you have a business demanding job and you might leave out earlier than your spouse, you come home late, sometimes your spouse might be in bed, just a text throughout the day. It doesn't take more than a minute to send a text to say I love you, I'm thinking of you, I miss you, good morning, good night, whatever it may be. It just lets the other person know that you're on their mind and that you're thinking about them, that even though you might not be physically together, that you are thinking about them. If that makes the point that you're apart or not together, it kind of eases the distance a little bit more. So that's another suggestion.
Another thing is you have to know your spouse, because your spouse could be an attention grabber, just want attention like all of the time. So you're gonna have to, know your spouse, appease to them, know what they like, and that way it can, smooth the relationship out a little bit. But if the person is busy, more busy than you, have to work it on now. My situation is I'm a truck driver, and I do the best I can. But when I'm home, I give
present,
I give attention to my wife. I try to be there as much as I can, and also try to tell her, let's have quality time. It's just not about time and the time that you're there. It's about my hands off the wheel. And I don't got one of them new updated cars. What I'm doing, I don't know.
Keep them daggone hands on that wheel.
So, you have to know your spouse. You have to spend that quality time. So when you are there or when they are there, you're making memories happen.
Yes. And you have to be there not just physically, but mentally and emotionally there too. Like sometimes you could be sitting in the same room together, but you're not actually together. You're just physically in the same room, but not really together.
Just walk up to her, kiss her on the cheek or something. That's about, that time that's there is quality time. She'll remember that. Right, baby?
Right, baby. Also, it's like, it's a lot of different things that you can do. Like if you know that a lot of people travel for their work, maybe you're going to be gone for a week. Like in the middle of the week, send her some flowers or something just to surprise her, to just let her know that you're thinking about her, or him if the wife is the one that has a job that needs to be away. But another scenario is like if you don't have a job that's demanding and you just are busy with your friends or busy dealing with maybe another family member, you have to realize that you have a spouse that needs attention too, and they need for you to be there with them. So you have to kind of prioritize your time between your social life with your friends and also with your spouse. So it's very important to kind of make time. You do need your social time with your friends, but you also need to prioritize time with your spouse as well. So that's very important. Because I remember when, and another scenario could be like if one spouse is in school. Because I remember when I was in grad school, it was demanding on me. I was working a full-time job. I was in grad school and also had a responsibility of being a wife and spending time with my husband. And he wasn't doing truck driving at that time. And I had to kind of had a conversation with him beforehand. Before I even got into grad school, I was like, okay, I'm going to start grad school. My time is not going to be the same. I'm not going to have as much. I'm going to have a lot of work that I'm going to do at home to deal with, doing my papers to grad school and also teaching and all that comes with that. Because teaching also is not a job that you just do 9 to 5 and that's it. So we had to have that conversation to know ahead of time, like, I'm not going to have as much time, but when I will try my best to prioritize some time for us together. And that worked well because we had that conversation beforehand. And before I made the decision to go to grad school, we had that understand that this is what's going to happen. And I'm not going to be able to spend as much time as the day before. I might not be able to, on a Sunday, just have a lazy Sunday and we just lay in bed and chill all day. That's not going to happen because I'm going to have papers I'm gonna have to write. I'm going to like have to go to class because I went to classes a lot on Sundays. I'm going to have to prepare for my week of teaching. So it was a lot of different things that we had to kind of prepare for. So I think that's something that have that conversation beforehand so that you know what's coming in store for you for taking on those different parts of your life.
Touching on family with kids. I hear that it takes up much of your time. We don't have kids. So I'm just talking out of not experience. But I'm talking about managing time. Everything is done managing time. Practically everything. So when I hear people insert their kids and that's why they don't have any time, I think you can construct the time better. Because kids don't, yes, they grab attention and they want to do this, you have to watch over them, and you have to provide daycare when you're not there, this and that, yes. But you do have a relationship going on between your wife or your husband, and you still have to spend time with them. Just like family members, you still have to spend time with them. You still take time to go wherever they are, and you spend that time. It's all about time management. So if you give an excuse of this and that and that and this, then maybe that, this or that is what you don't need. If it's pulling all of your time and you can't divide your time and spend time, proportionately. Yeah, that's a word. You gotta look that one up.
You think he plays Scrabble, making up these words. But I do agree with that. A lot of people use the kids as an excuse that, I'm busy with the kids, we don't have time together, I just need to do this. I wake up with the kids, I have to watch the kids, I have to do this, I have to do that with the kids. But there's different parts of your relationship that you still have to understand. You still have a relationship with your husband that you need to foster, you need to care for, you need to maintain. So you need to put them kids on a schedule. You need to put them on a schedule so that you have time. Okay, this is the time. The kids, your time is up. It's time for y'all to go to bed. Now it's time for us to be together. Even though you might be tired from being with the kids all day and dealing with them, even if you have 1 hour, to designate 1 hour just to have that time together, just to let's sit and have some tea or some coffee and just talk about life. And let's talk about what's going on with you and just connect with each other. And that's very important. And that's one thing a lot of couples that are parents, they don't maintain that, because you get into this routine. I wake up, especially now with COVID-19 and everybody's home and the kids are home and you can't send them to daycare. So it seems like you have no time to kind of be together. But you have to kind of set a schedule. And schedule is very important right now, especially dealing with what we're dealing with right now and everybody being in the house, so that you have that time, some alone time. And alone time is not just having sex. It's just having those conversations and connecting with each other and saying, listen, what's going on with you? You good? Just to have that connection. So I think that is very important to maintain time, as Courtney said. Anything else you want to add?
Not at the moment.
I do want to say, though, a lot of times, especially if you're a spouse that's not working and that is home, and you have another spouse that has a busy schedule, they're doing all these things, you have to kind of understand that you want all these things, right? You want to be in a nice house, you want nice things, and you can't complain that your spouse is working all the time if they're trying to give you all these things that you want. So you have to kind of compromise in that aspect, because I can't be home not working and I want all these things and he's trying to provide all these things for me, and then I complain about you working too much. It has to be some kind of, do you want these things or do you want me home?
Gotta give somewhere.
Gotta give somewhere. You can't have everything. Come on. Like, you gotta compromise in somewhat. Like, you want these things, okay, I'm gonna have to work these hours. Are you willing to pull back rather than having those, this big house? Maybe instead of having a 6-bedroom, you might want a 4-bedroom, and it'd be a little cheaper for me to pay for. So now I could work less hours. So you just have to kind of prioritize.
She thinks she in Scrabble. See, that's not a word.
Pronouncing the word wrong and making up a whole new word is 2 different things. Okay? You try saying prioritize 3 times. Prioritize. You have to think about it. Whatever.
I haven't sung it. I'm nice.
Nice, all right. All right, I think that's it for us. If there's any other tips that you think that we missed, please leave in the comments below. Once again, this is our 2 cents. Okay, we're not experts. We're just saying our 2 cents. We just said our 2 cents from our experience of being together. So once again, like, subscribe, comment, join the Lord Love Movement. All right, and please support our channel. Once again, Relationship Talk with the Lords. We out. Peace. Bye, y'all.